Hey guys, so competing on price cheapens your brand. It makes people think of you as a discount retailer. It tells people that your store doesn't have other reasons for people to buy besides being cheaper than the next guy. It's something you want to do occasionally to motivate people for sales, but you don't want to always have to rely on it. So what can you do instead? What are some email strategies that can help you out? The number one tip is to use email automation. Email automation are automatic, one-to-one emails based on your buyer's behavior. Instead of being a mass email, they're triggered based on actions the customer takes on your site. Just like when a salesman notices a person shopping in a section of the store and they go and ask some questions about the items they're looking at, that's exactly how an automated email works. It shows them a picture of the item they browsed and says, hey, do you want to come buy this? Those emails tend to convert 5 to 10 times higher than mass emails. So you don't want to let visitors leave without using email to do a follow-up. And the same way the good salesman would kind of do follow-up if they saw a customer in your store. So let's talk about a couple of strategies you can use instead of just trying to discount price. So the first strategy you can use is what's called product abandonment or browse abandonment. So 90% of your customers leave without ever adding a product to their cart, but they do go to a product page. So this is, in the sales funnel, this is a sort of a mid-funnel activity. This is your largest segment of engaged users. If you send an email, an automated email to people who have looked at a product but not bought, it's a really big pool of people relative to overall traffic. It will have open rates of 30% or more and conversion rates of 1 to 3%. This can generate a lot of money for you guys without too much work. It generally makes some of the most money of any email workflow. So that's your first strategy. Your second strategy to avoid just competing on price is cart abandonment. So product abandonment, again, here's our funnel. These are the visitors who come to your site. These are people who look at a product. Cart abandonment is people who, it's a very bottom funnel. People add it to their cart and then they leave. These are your most engaged customers. They're on your site and they were very active and then they left. So if you send a follow-up email automation to them, it will have a really high open rate. It can be as high as 50 or 60%. It'll have a really high conversion rate. It can be as high as 8% or more. Now, because this is such a down funnel activity, there aren't that many of these customers relative to the rest of your traffic, but they convert really well and they can make you a lot of money. So that's one more thing you can do to kind of add sales instead of competing on price. The last thing I want to talk about is product recommendations. So when you're emailing people, either in these email automations that follow up and show up something they looked at, you want to include product recommendations. And really simply what that is, Mr. Customer, here's a product you're looking at. But if you didn't like that, here's 3 more products that are related that might be interesting for you. Okay, so why do you do this? Because they might not have liked the original product they looked at. So this way you're giving your customer 4 chances to convert, not just 1. What we've seen is that emails with product recommendations can convert 2x higher than those without product recommendations, but they have to be relevant. So those product recommendations have to be based on whatever this core product is. You want to use some sort of machine learning recommendation tool that says customers who like this also like these things. So to sum up, while you can, do sales and discounts, occasionally, you don't want to have it as the only arrow or the only tool in your toolbox. There's several other strategies you can use. Email automation is a great one. And if you do email automation, you want to do product abandonment and cart abandonment. And then in your email automations, you want to make sure you're doing product recommendations to show people other products they might be interested in. All right, that's all for today. I will see you guys next time.